the board of all boards. Now, if you ever watch my channel, or if you've been watching my channel, you would know that I've been just ranting and raving about the Firewire Seaside. And yes, the Firewire Seaside definitely has a place in your quiver, but sometimes it's time to move on. I'm not going to sell my Seaside. Obviously, that's a great summer board. But I just never thought that I would find a board that I would like more than the Seaside. And somehow I found one. The Hypto Krypto. Why do I like this board more than the Hypto Krypto? You know what? You know what I like about this board is when you look at the front part, and excuse the damage there. This is professionally repaired, so this board is actually good to go, but there's a funky birthmark there. But when you look at the front of the board, to me, the front of the board looks like the Seaside. It kind of has a fish shape, pulled in nose. I would compare the nose a little bit more to like the mashup, but it just feels very Seaside-ish. Of course, you know, the Seaside came out after this board, so maybe the Seaside, maybe they saw the design on the front and just said, hey, let's emulate that. But this board was easy for me to transition from the Seaside to this board because of that front. And so that's pretty awesome. Now, I'm really glad that I didn't jump on this board. I actually was interested in buying a board like this maybe like 4 years ago. I was like really looking at Hypto Kryptos. And thankfully I did not buy it at that time because you know what? I just was not ready. I wasn't ready for this tail. The front part, it's all good, you know. I was ready for that because it's very similar. But then you get to this tail, and this tail is just kind of crazy. When you surf this board, it just makes your turn sharper. I don't know, it feels like a little bit smoother when I ride. I've heard comments even when I asked, how do my turns look on this board? And someone even said, someone commented and said, I look like I turn smoother on this board. So, this board, this back part is just amazing. And yeah, it's not a fish, so it's not gonna grovel well, but it really is a one-board quiver. It can be a one-board quiver, but it's just like, I would say 2 feet plus. And as other vlogs have mentioned, if there's push, you gotta take this board out. But yeah, this board is gold. It can really catch waves in all conditions, but it really shines when there's a little bit more push. But I would say, for me, I like riding around 2 to 5 feet, 6 at the most. I would take this board out in all those conditions. And again, something about this tail that just makes it, when I first rode this board, and I remember my first day riding this board, I did this turn that I've never done before. And it was like, the shape of this board, it just allows you to do these really cool maneuvers. And it allows you to advance into just being, you know, a fish type of surfer where you're just kind of gliding with the wave. I'm not even really good at that. But here, when I ride this board, I feel like more of a shortboard style rhythm on the wave. So, somehow, the Hypto Krypto has won me over. I'm gonna make the claim. This is my favorite board currently. I look forward to riding this board. In fact, I have two of these boards. I have a white one, which I've been riding. I'm gonna ride this one pretty soon. Same dim, 6.0. This is my jam, 36 liters. All you bigger surfers out there, you know, I wish we were all 150 pounds and we could ride, you know, 5'5", 5'4" boards, but I'm just not. I'm not a Noel Salas type of guy. I'm a little bit bigger. I need a little bit more beef on my board, so don't be afraid when you're older, a little bit bigger, to get some volume underneath you. And 36 is like, it's just perfect for me. 175 pounds, and this is all the float I could ever want. So yeah, Hypto Krypto. if you want to advance, maybe go a little bit past just being intermediate to advanced intermediate, I think this is the board that's going to push you over the hump and take you from a board like a Seaside, which is like a really high performance groveler, still one of my favorite boards of all time, but it'll push you from a Seaside to a board like this where you can make maneuvers. I could do maneuvers on this board that I just simply cannot do on the Seaside, and I've tried. But maybe some people can, you know, maybe some people can ride. I have a friend in Hawaii that just launches crazy airs on the Seaside. So maybe it's all the rider, but if you're just an average Joe surfer like me, I feel like you jump on the Seaside, there's only some things you can do, and then you jump on this board, and it just helps you a little bit. It helps you to surf a little bit better, get a little bit more performance-y on there. And I think this is gonna take me to the air. No, I don't know. I gotta hit the air before I hit 50. I'm getting close, so you know what? I don't know where the ramp is. I'm still trying to figure out where's the ramp to launch. I see it on videos, but when I'm actually on a wave, I don't know. I guess you just gotta try. You just gotta try to launch at different sections of the waves and see what happens. But anyway, this board's gonna take me to the air maybe one day, but for now, it's gonna help me just to do crazy turns, and sky's the limit. Anyway, get the Hypto Krypto. Get a Seaside for those grovelly days, and then when you're ready to move on from the Seaside, get a Hypto Krypto. It's gonna be nothing but stoke. I'll see you out there. Peace.